I just bought this 2000 Toyota Land Cruiser. We are currently 4 hours from home. It's raining and this engine doesn't run, but I intend to drive this thing home tonight. So we got to get to work. Let's talk about this thing. First, we're going to jump back to this morning when we decided we were going to come pick this thing up. I have been looking for a Land Cruiser for a long time. I've got a lot of Toyotas, but I've never owned a Land Cruiser, and today is the day. I was scrolling Facebook Marketplace and I came across an amazing deal that's right up my alley. A 2000 Toyota Land Cruiser listed for only $1,800. It's got the 4.7 liter 2UZ V8 automatic transmission with a major catch. It doesn't run and the ad says needs an engine. But I think I might know what's wrong with it and be able to fix it in a gas station parking lot 4 hours from here and drive it back home. We transformed into overland mode. We've got the rooftop tent just in case it takes longer than expected. We got a little bit of camp gear. We've got all of our tools, everything we should need. We've got the car dolly just in case. I don't know if the Land Cruiser will actually fit on the car dolly, but this thing will. We're gonna go grab this Land Cruiser and drive it home. Well, I'll order the timing belt, a cam sensor, and a crank sensor in case these things get messed up. And I hope this is everything we're gonna need to get that thing back on the road. Now we've got about 3 hours and 40 minutes to get there. And then this is a 5-hour book time job. So hopefully I can get it done in quicker than that. We're about 10 minutes away. We've been driving for a little over 4 hours because the rain has slowed us down a bit. There's water dripping into the cab of the Hilux, but we're almost to the Land Cruiser. I don't know if I've said this yet, but it's got a salvage title and some decent body damage, which is why it's so cheap. Not only that, but in the ad it says needs an engine. And I didn't bring an engine. We brought the parts, we brought a bunch of tools, but there's a chance that we can't get this thing running on the side of the road. And if that's the case, I brought the car dolly, but I actually don't know if the car dolly is wide enough to fit the Land Cruiser on it. I don't think it is. My goal was, short of needing an engine, any parts that I might need for the Land Cruiser, I can pull from the Hilux. They're the same engine. And then I can load the Hilux onto the car dolly and tow it home with our newly acquired vehicle that I've never driven. So wish us luck, because this might be an absolute fiasco. Plus, I chose the one day of the year where it looks like this in New Mexico. I live in the high desert where it rains literally maybe 10 days a year, and I chose one of the 10 to come get this thing. But also, she said that someone's coming tomorrow or the next day to come look at it, and if I don't get it before them, then they get it. First come, first serve. So that's why we packed up and headed up today, and we're gonna be fixing this thing in a rainstorm.
And that's what the mechanic said, was there was no compression, and I didn't go any further than that. And
That's
I had
fair.
it towed here and
When you were driving it, it just died out of nowhere.
died out of nowhere. And I kind of heard like a few days, I kind of tried to deny it. It was like a tick, 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 tick.
Do you mind if I throw a battery in it, power it up real quick?
Well, that's more than it did for me when I stopped it.
Did you hear it sound like it was doing things? I thought this thing had a broken timing belt, and if it sounds like it's doing things, it might not have a broken timing belt. Oh no. So, we're gonna pull this timing cover off. If there's a timing belt there, this might have been a huge mistake. Moment of truth. Oh gosh. Ready? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I was betting so hard on a broken timing belt. That timing belt's there. Oh no, it doesn't look good, but it's there. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. I don't know what to do now. This thing needs an engine. I didn't bring an engine. Oh no. I gambled and I lost, so now we're gonna measure and see if this thing will even fit on the car dolly. Because if it won't, we might have just driven 8 hours round trip for nothing. Are we for real? 1 inch too big. All right, go. Sounds kind of knocky to me, but it started. I don't know how I feel about this. Try again? Why is it being so weird? Okay. Now it's pushing air out of the intake. What's going on with the exhaust? Go. Oh my goodness. It was sucking my hand to the tailpipe. Air is supposed to move the opposite direction of that. It is supposed to push air out of the exhaust and in through the intake. I guess next step is to pull the other timing cover and see if maybe it's just out of time. This could be the worst decision I've made in so long. I'm gonna go ahead, set the engine at top dead center and see if the timing marks on the camshafts are in time. Oh, is it like missing teeth on the timing belt? It's possible. If it's missing teeth on the timing belt, it could have skipped. We're about to find out. Because it like runs and then it doesn't run. And then it sucks air in the exhaust and then it pushes air out of the exhaust. And it feels like there's no rhyme or reason. So, I guess we're about to find out. So the cams, oh, I see teeth missing. Can you see that? There's teeth missing from the timing belt. And the crank is not at top dead center right now. It might actually be a timing issue. All right, I think that's a good sign. That might be what I thought it was. So what I think is happening is when the broken teeth on the timing belt get to the crank pulley is just spinning inside of them, causing this issue. So I'm gonna go ahead and start digging a little further into it and see if we can figure out exactly what's going on. Oh yeah, that's our issue. There are no teeth right there. That gives me a ton more hope that this engine's good. Because she said she was driving it when the engine died. And another storm is moving in. Look at that. I guess we better get on it if we're gonna do it. This is about to be very, very interesting. I also don't like the story she told me of driving it and the oil drain pan bolt falling off. With this newfound information and me feeling a ton better about this, I do have a timing belt and that should fix our issue. I'm gonna get this thing up in the air a little bit. I'm gonna pull the skid plate off. We're gonna drain the coolant out of it and then I'm going to skit, scoot, and skedaddle on getting this timing belt replaced. All right. Now, where is the radiator drain? And will this bucket fit? Oh yeah, it fits. Also, the ad said 280,000 miles. It's got 365. Whatever. We gotta take everything off. Where's a 14? Skinned my knuckle so good. I skinned it so good, so very good. It's already bleeding and it hurts. And guess what I just found out? Apparently at 7, which is 3 hours from now, mind you, this is a 5-hour book time job, so a shop says it should take 5 hours to do this. And in 3 hours, it's supposed to have a 75% chance of snow. Not rain, snow. So, gotta get going. Gotta pull the entire front of this thing apart, which means getting the radiator not necessarily out, but I need the fan shroud off, and I need to be able to access and get the fan itself off so we can get everything around here removed to get to the timing belt. Well, I think the snow came early because it's already snowing. I really chose the best day possible to do this. Okay. Oh, I can see the engine now. Oh yeah, I was nervous. Ooh, that's warm. I'm getting pelted. Yeah, this is absolutely the funnest thing ever. Whatever. Okay, there we go. These engines are all conjumbled in here, and I got to take the alternator off. In order to take the alternator off, I've got to get the power steering pump removed. So I'm just kind of taking as much stuff off as I can, as quick as I can, so we can get this thing down to the bare engine block. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I don't know where. We're getting somewhere. Oh yeah, I found a bunch of the teeth and another big old stripped spot. Okay, we're looking promising. Oh yeah, this is a big one. Had to pull AC and stuff off. We're like literally 10 minutes from slapping a new belt on this thing. Let's see, you got the crank pulley. Oh God. I shouldn't have opened my mouth. Oh gosh. I'm gonna go get the hammer. Oh goodness. Didn't even think about how much this was gonna suck. All right, what do we got? What do we got? We got not much to work on. Okay. What would I do if I were at home? This is miserable. Can't tell if it's moving or not. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. We are so beyond the point of no return now. Oh, I should have brought a crank pulley puller. Go. 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 Okay, hang on. Go. Yep. Okay, we're getting so close. We did it. We did it, and we have a little bit of sunshine before it gets worse. So I'm gonna hop straight back onto pulling that last timing cover, setting everything to top dead center, and then we can throw our new belt on. So last timing cover, and a bunch of teeth just fell out. Cool, we're there though. That's so rad. This is very important. Can't bend or break it. Are all the teeth still there? Cool, I didn't hurt it pulling things off. This tells the engine computer where the engine is in rotation, and without it, it won't run. And the crankshaft to top dead center. And you can see, look how many teeth are stripped. Now I can pull the tensioner off of the timing belt system, pull it down, pull the belt off, throw the new one on. I don't need this extension. Now I just pinch myself again. Skin my finger again. Being quick sometimes has its drawbacks, and that's usually hurting myself. Center is completely loose, and wow. Yep. There's supposed to be teeth there. It just completely ate itself. That's crazy. I've yet to see a timing belt strip like this. I've seen a lot that are broken, but never one that is stripped. It's missing, I mean, heck, it's got to be missing 30 teeth right there. So, thankfully, wherever it is, we got ourselves a $40 timing belt. That's right, we're fixing this thing for $40. I'm gonna go ahead, get the cams in time since the crank is in time, and then we can set this belt on, test fire it, and as long as it runs, we're good to go. That's in time. That's in time. Now I can throw this new belt on, and we should, in the next couple minutes, be able to test fire it and see if it runs. That would be cool. L cam, R cam, crank. I think that's it. Okay, I think this is it. Lined up. Lined up. I will double check the crank, but it should be lined up. As long as everything lines up, it should run, and if it doesn't knock when it's running, we'll be ready to drive this thing home. Timing cover's on, and that's so that as long as everything lines up, I'm gonna tighten this down, and once I tighten this down, I do not wanna fight it off like I had to already. So we should, after everything's together, be able to just continue assembling things as long as it fires up. Oh, here comes the anxiety prone part. Actually, do we have like, I'm gonna dry this out. I'm gonna get a little bit of oil just out of the dipstick. I'm gonna put it on here. It doesn't take much, and it'd be really cool if this thing didn't seize on here again, especially if for some reason we have to take it off again. That's rad. Looks like it lines up. I did put the tone ring on. Thank you for catching that. I'm glad. I would have preferred you ask before I tighten this down, because it was a nightmare to get that off. In theory, it should just run right now. It's not gonna run great because everything's all taken apart, but in theory, it should fire up and run. Let's find out.
It was your ratchet falling.
Okay, thank goodness. Ready? It sounds like it's really trying. I'm gonna throw the air intake on so that the mass airflow sensor is getting a signal, and then try again, and it should be good. The air intake's connected, so the mass airflow sensor is connected, so it should fire up. I'm a dum-dum, and I did not plug the throttle body in. That might help. It's running! It's running. Something's weird because it's not revving. I'm going to equate that to the fact that none of the electronics are hooked up, but that ran and it's not knocking, which means we're driving this baby home tonight. Yep. I disconnected the battery, reconnected the battery. Ooh, don't want to shut this, just in case. Oh wait, actually, can I just... The window switches don't work. Whatever. I'm really excited. I'm pretty sure this thing is going to be good to go and it's going to get us home, which is a huge win. When I first showed up, I was pretty discouraged the fact that I already bought this thing. We're now to the point where this thing is going back together and it feels amazing. I'm so excited. Okay, this is awkward. We've got so much of this thing back together. It's so cold outside. It's like in the 30s right now. No fun. It's kind of miserable, but it's okay because this thing runs and it is what I thought it was. It's a bad timing belt. It's a prairie dog. Timing covers are going back together, and then we can throw the front of this engine together, take it for a little test drive, and as long as it does decent on a little test drive, we're literally going to load the Hilux up behind it and tow it all the way home. The weather's moving in quick. We're getting flurries of kind of heavy snow, and if you look that way, it's just dark. There's no slowing down right now. We got to stay at a quick pace because even after all this, it's got a flat tire we've got to fill up, and after we get that flat tire filled up, we still have to transfer the car dolly, load the Hilux, and pull the rear drive shaft. So crazy because even after we get this thing together, the journey is just beginning. We still got to drive an unknown vehicle 4 hours and nearly 200 miles back home over mountain passes. It's like 35 and feels like 16. Love that. Okay. It's so crazy. When we first got here and the exhaust was sucking air in and there was smoke coming out of the intake, I was unsure of whether this thing was ever going to run again. Plus, when we first got it to fire up, it was probably just valves opening at the wrong time, but it sounded horrible. Is there a belt routing diagram? No. Oh wait, yes. Okay, cool, it's wrong. I have it going wrong. Okay, and with the serpentine belt on, it's a ton easier to tighten down the fan bolts or the fan nuts because there's actually resistance there. So I try to do that. I've got the entire front of the engine back together. Serpentine belt, fan shroud. We've got all the lines secured. All that's left is to plop the intake on, fill this thing with coolant, fire it up, and take it for a test drive. It's about 2 hours after I started this job, and this is a 5-hour book time job, and I did it in the dirt on the side of the road, and I genuinely cannot feel from my last knuckle down on a few of my fingers. So we're together. It's time to fill this thing up. I brought water, but I also brought a funnel. I'm going to try and get a little bit, if not as much as I can, of the old coolant into the engine. This seems like a bad idea. Coolant has slowed down a ton. It's actually stuck in this funnel. So I'm gonna go fire it up and turn the heater on full blast, try and get some water circulating through the system, coolant circulating through the system. This is so crazy. It's even got heated seats. That's gonna be so nice on the drive home. Sounds like the power steering pump's a little sad. I don't know if I brought power steering fluid. Oh yeah, it's low on power steering fluid, so it might not have power steering. That would kind of suck. Oh well, if that's the worst that's happening. We're having a good day. Well, the saga continues. I'm gonna assume, since it was kind of spraying oil everywhere out of the intake, that maybe this is part of that. I don't know. It's got oil pressure and it's got oil on the dipstick, so that's a good start. This tire is flat. We've got this baby compressor. Hopefully it does something. Oh, the exhaust is clearing up real nice. The heated seats work. I think we're doing really good, I think. It's time to take this thing for a test drive. It's been warming up. The engine temp's up. Don't have any issues. Filled the tire up. I'm gonna drop the hood, see if it drives. We're gonna pull it out. I'm just gonna see about taking it for a quick little test drive just around the block right here. As long as it does that, we're gonna start doing everything we need to do to get the Hilux onto the car dolly behind this thing. Well, the windows don't work, which is kind of unfortunate. It smells a little bit like mouse, which is to be expected. It's been sitting for about 4 years now. That's the last time it was registered. It's got a VCS light, an ABS light, and a traction control light on the dash. It's got a little bit of a wobble when it drives, but I think that's a flat spot on the tire that was flat for who knows how long. But all in all, I think we're gonna go ahead, just hook the car dolly up, load the Hilux onto it, and hit the road before it gets dark, so we can get a few miles under our belt before it's dark and we're dealing with unknowns in the dark. Now that it's warm, oh, it's actually pretty much full. That's cool, and the oil looks good. I'm gonna go ahead, throw just a little bit more oil in it. It seemed to be low when I was all cold, but I guess now the oil is warm and expanded a little bit. It smells like mouse in here, super bad, so I think there might be a mouse nest under the intake manifold. But after we throw a little bit of oil in this thing, we've got the car dolly hooked up. We're gonna drive the Hilux on, pull the rear drive shaft, and hit the road. I'm glad that happened here. That's 100% on me. I didn't tighten this. Wow. I'm so glad that happened right here. All right, I'm gonna slow down a little bit. We're gonna double check everything, especially the trailer connection. Okay, safety chains saved us right there, quite literally. Wow. Can't believe I did that. Oh, is this too wide? No. Okay, it barely fits. I was nervous. Also, it's the first time I've towed this thing, I think, since I've built it. I said since I've owned it. This thing has never been on a trailer. Crazy. There's a company called Cable Tie Link, and they make massive zip ties, and I mean the size of a 2-inch ratchet strap. And I think they're gonna be perfect for what I'm trying to do, which is hold this drive shaft up without having to do some complicated stuff. think we're about ready to hit the road. Hilux on car dolly, rear drive shaft pulled. The Land Cruiser, I mean, it's as good as it's gonna get, I think. I did a ton of work to it and hopefully it's good to go. So let's hop in this thing, take it down the road. There's a gas station about 5 minutes away. We'll stop again and do it once over there. But I think we've done it. Now the challenge is getting 4 hours and 200 miles back home. Mind you, this car's been sitting for 4 years. Well, we timed it perfect. It is starting to absolutely dump snow slash sleet. Luckily this thing's got decent tires. It's full time on 4-wheel drive, so we're good there. And we're gonna put some gas in it. I'm probably just gonna put like $50 in for now, because that's, you know, 12.5 gallons. And then, yeah, 13 gallons. That should at least dilute the bad gas that was in there. And hopefully we're good to go. Holy cow, it's cold. Can't even roll the window down. The windshield wiper just fell off. Wow. This is less than ideal. I can't even see anywhere to pull off. This is so frustrating. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, this thing is kind of a heaping pile of garbage, but it's okay. It's ours now. But I'm gonna just take this opportunity to double check the Hilux. Hilux seems to be doing okay. We got a bunch of snow buildup everywhere. Land Cruiser is no longer smoking. I think we're in decent shape. Hopefully the windshield wiper falling off is really the biggest issue we have, because wow, that was crazy. But it just came unclipped. I don't know. Probably from sitting in the sun for the last 4 years. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. It works. This thing tows pretty good, I will say. All things considered. And it is so much more comfortable and quiet than the Hilux. Oh no, the roads are white. Okay. Well, this is gonna be an interesting journey, because we have a mountain pass to go over. So first thing first, we're going over a mountain pass in a snowstorm with snow on the road in a vehicle that I purchased 4 hours ago, got running an hour and a half ago, and have never driven before. Towing a trailer. Wow, this is kind of a dumb idea. Well, we just crested the summit of this pass and the roads got real white real quick. This thing's all-wheel drive and I'm not like crazy worried, but ice really does not care whether or not you're all-wheel drive or not when you're trying to stop down a steep hill. So we're gonna be chilling, because I really don't want to slide off the road. That's crazy. All right, it's been like almost an hour that we've been driving, so we still got like 3 hours to go, but the roads have cleared up a ton. This thing seems to be doing really well. The brakes feel good, and I have a really good feeling that this thing is gonna do it. Well, I don't want to say anything too crazy, knock on glass, but I think we're gonna make it home without problems. All the gauges are right in the middle. It feels pretty smooth, and most importantly, the roads are no longer covered in slush and ice, which means I am a lot less nervous driving this thing towing behind me. I'm really happy with how this thing's coming together. It's kind of a crap box, I'm not gonna lie. The steering wheel's torn up, the shifter's torn up, the seats are torn up. It's got damage in the right behind the passenger door. It's got a salvage title. There's Bondo flaking off on the left side. And it smells like mouse. But it's my turd box. Also, for some reason, none of the gauges have backlights. So I can't see how fast we're going or any of the gauges unless I have a light on. Less than ideal. Makes me a little nervous that maybe since this thing did kind of smell like mouse, mice got into some wiring, which would really suck. But if that's the worst thing that happens on the trip home, we're golden. Well, I think the reason that we don't have backlights on the dash is a fuse, because we also don't have taillights, and I didn't realize that till I stopped and did a once around. So I'm gonna see if we've got any spare fuses in the fuse block to get our taillights working again, and also hopefully the dash lights. We don't have a spare fuse, but I don't need heated mirrors right now. I need dash lights. Let's see, can you tell? That bad boy's blown.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. That's really rad. Taillights and dash lights. That's so cool. I'm gonna go close the fuse block under the hood. That feels great. Problem solver. Engine bay looks great too. Got no issues. Smells good, sounds good. We're doing great fixing this thing on the side of the road. Double check the Hilux. Looks great. Drive shaft still under there. Drive shaft still under there. Our giant zip ties doing work. Strap down good. Oh, we can hear a creak right here. 10 out of 10. Problem solving. Huh? Oh yeah. It's gummy bear time. It feels good to have dash lights. I can't believe it was a fuse. I mean, I can. I just can't believe that it was out. We're rolling into Taos now. So we're getting closer. 2 hours in. All the gauges look fantastic. We've gone like 85 miles because we were going over a mountain pass. And this thing is just chugging right along. Hilux in the rear view. 3.5 hours in. I'm tired. I'm sore. But goodness gracious, this is a cushy ride. Way more comfortable than the Hilux. We're getting fairly close to being home. This thing is currently cruising 65. All the gauges look fantastic. Cruise control works. I do want to know why the traction control, VSC, and ABS light are on, but that's a problem for future me. Honestly, this was a perfect score, and I cannot believe we got it for 1,500 bucks. This thing is honestly a solid little unit. I'm really stoked with it. It's done amazing. We have had 0 issues since we took off 200 miles ago, and it just rolled over to 364,000 miles. That's kind of insane. Toyotas just go. They're awesome. But we are now off of the highway. We've got very little time before we're at our home. We made it. We made it to our dirt road. We're seconds away from getting out of the vehicle. We've been driving for like 12, 13 hours right now from the time we left to the time we got there, getting the truck running and driving home with the trailer, or with the car dolly and the Hilux behind us. Everything did flawless. The 2UZ did amazing on the way up. The 2UZ did amazing on the way down. Can't ask for much more. We flippin' did it. We drove this thing 4 hours home, completely untested, towing another truck behind it, and the only issue we had was a blown fuse for the backlights on the dash and the taillights. I'd say this is a massive success. Now we got to get the Hilux unloaded and then assess exactly what we're going to do with this thing. But I think that's it for now. The best way to support the channel is to grab some merch. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And I can't wait to catch you on the next one. I own a Land Cruiser. It literally cruises the land.